Today on the Evo, we're going to be relocating the washer bottle to the boot. Okay, so while I was doing bits of jobs on the Evo, one of the things I did was I removed the original set of gauges that sat there, because the boost gauge only went up to 1 bar, which is useless now, and obviously it had a vac hose that was powering the gauge, which is this here. So I followed it through, and it goes through the front fender into the engine bay. Here it is. And it was basically teed off onto the vacuum for the fuel pressure regulator here. So I've removed that now, so the fuel pressure regulator is just taking its feed from the inlet manifold, and I just have this vac hose here. So I'm going to rip this out because don't need it, don't want it. But I noticed that the washer bottle is here, and I thought, well, it's always good to transfer some weight from the front to the back, so why not have a go at doing that like I did on the M3. So that is what we're going to do. So first thing we need to do is get the wheel off, get the arch liner off, get rid of that vac hose, and then see where we go from there. Now we've got the arch liner off, which is over there. You can see this just about. You see the line there that I need to remove. So I will crack on with that. You can see that the car has been resprayed at some point, probably not so long ago, because there's like overspray on that hose. But yeah, it goes through there. So I can probably even just pull this through. There we go. That's that bit done. So I will just get busy unclipping that, and then we can start having a look at the water bottle here, which looks like it's only held in with a few bolts. I think they're M10 bolts probably. They are obstructing the flow of the oil cooler, which is sat here. So when this is gone, that will help that, I think, as well. Okay. Alright, so now we've got the washer bottle off there. It's clearly marked on the washer bottle. This is the rear pump, this is the front pump, and this is the intercooler spray pump here. So we only care about this one here, which is the front one, because the rear one doesn't work. I don't give a shit about that. So that plug is this one here. So I just need to snip this off, and I will run this back underneath here, back into the cabin, and then along the car to the back. So a bit of tidying up to do there, but you can see here you've got the clear line. Sorry, this isn't very good quality. The clear line is the one that runs to the rear of the car. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to follow that up, and this is obviously the one to the front, but it runs along here to the rear. So if I pick that back from the front here, and I pick it back to where it comes through the bulkhead there, I can just cut it and just tee it in to the front one here, and then we don't have to run a new line to the back of the car. We can just utilise that one. So that is what I'm going to do. just before I put the arch liner back on and put the wheel back on, just thought I'd show how I ended up doing things. So I've tidied up a bit more cable in here. You can see this now, kind of goes down there. It's fine under there. And we go down here, you can see I've tidied up a lot of the cabling down there. There was a bit of a mess, and I've run the cabling up along there, out the way, shielded it, and then it goes into the grommet there for the door electrics, all nice and tidy and into the cabin. So like I say, arch liner back on, wheel back on, and then it's off into the car.
A few moments later.
So the wheel, arch liner, everything all now on, car's back down on the ground, and we now turn to the interior, which is the kind of next and final stage of relocating the washer bottle. Obviously need to buy a washer bottle, need to go to the shop and get one. So this is the wire here. I've kind of tidied up the dash anyway a little bit. Sorry it's very dark, because there's a few other wires that needed sorting because I'm doing other things at the same time, and I noticed stuff that wasn't great, like this power lead here that's doing the fuel pump at the rear at the moment. That's going to go, but I'm going to leave that for now, so kind of ignore that. So the plan now is going to be take the seat out so I've got easier access, and then I'm going to run this cable the length of the car all the way along. Like I say, work in progress, other things going on, all the way along here, all the way up here. We're going to run it through there. That is the plan. So let's get the seat out, and then let's get that wire kind of run as it needs to be run, and then take it from there. So we're now done at the front of the car, running everything through. We're now on to the final bit, which is the back of the car. So we run down here, all nice and tidy. I'm just going to cut the hose here and then attach some nice new hose, because it's not long enough anyway to run into the boot. And then this needs extending when it's coming into this trunk in here. And after a bit of thought, you can see there the battery just temporarily sat in the boot where it's going to go. It's a bit too complicated in that area there to fit the washer bottle as well, and I don't like the thought of putting washer fluid in over the top of the battery. I need to put the fuel pump relay in there. So here's my little pump that I bought, Chinese special off Amazon. So remains to be seen whether that's got enough power to reach the front of the car. Maybe not, we will see. I've decided that I think this is going to mount sort of here somewhere. So that means that the hose is going to run over the top there of the sort of rear arch and into there where the reservoir is anyway for the AYC or something, I'm assuming. Can't really see it. There it is, hidden there. So I'm just going to get on with the wiring bit now and run that through to the boot, and then we're kind of almost done. The home straight, finally. So we're all done in the car now. Everything's cable tied up and tidied behind whatever you call this here, just part of the chassis. Here's the wires. So I just need to mount this little bracket up for the washer bottle somewhere like here, making sure that it's straight and it doesn't foul on this, because there's not a lot of room. But see what I can do with that. And then where have I put it? This thing here. Just need to fit this one-way valve, which is just the ball bearing with a spring in it, and that needs to go that way around like that. So the pump pushes the ball bearing, fluid passes through, but then it's not allowed to come back, so that should help with the pump and keep the pipe full of fluid at all times. So nearly there. Let's get that bracket mounted, and then let's get the hoses and what have you fitted up and soldered into place, and then give it a test. Right, so we're now done with that. I just need to do a few little finishing touches as I always do, but it's all in place now. Just tidy the cabling up a little bit more when that anchor for the cable tie is set. Just need to fill it up and give it a whirl, see if it works, which hopefully it does. So let's do that and then we are done. So that didn't go according to plan. I was just about to bash the quality of this Chinese pump, and it may still be the fault, but the reason why we use clear hose is that we can obviously see where the liquid has got to, and the liquid has only got as far as this one-way valve here. I've undone that and noticed that, like an absolute idiot, I fitted this the wrong way around. So we still may have a problem, but I'll reverse that, see if that solves the problem. Hopefully it does. If it doesn't, then it's going to be remove the valve altogether, try this, and if it still doesn't work, it's a new pump. But let's start with my error first. Let's try that again, shall we? Now that I've put the valve the right way around. Sorry, doing other jobs all the time. Just need to adjust the direction a little bit of the nozzles, but there we go, job done. So there you have it, washer bottle relocated to the boot and working. Hopefully some people find this useful. I have discovered since doing this video that the TME edition of the car, I believe, came with a boot mounted washer bottle, I think. Someone feel free to comment and correct me if I'm wrong with that, but it fits on the other side of the car where you fit the battery. I've seen it in a few cars and I thought, what washer bottle's that? Anyway, it seems to be a TME thing. I'll have a look, see if I can get one of them, because that might be cool. Then maybe I'll swap it over, but otherwise what I've got will work absolutely fine for what I need. So there we go.